We back with another one, baby. Let's go ahead and react really quick to some videos for y'all. I'm super excited, and it's late into the week. No, I'm kidding. It's only a Tuesday, and I'm super hyped because tomorrow is Wednesday, and we're halfway through. So that means that you get to enjoy this moment with me as we keep grinding out through the week. Let's get to the video. O'Shea Duke Jackson, Brittany Renner finally gets what she deserves. I'm super excited to find out what this is. We've been hearing a lot about Brittany. I hope it's not too much crazy, but we'll see.
Masika from Love and Hip Hop, did you see her get into it with Brittany Renner?
One of the discussions that happens amongst black men on the internet is about the ability to change for men. Now, almost everybody that I talk to believes that, yes, typically if a guy is one way, he'll typically be the same way for the rest of his life. And we saw that with like Brother Polite. He was a gangster at first, then became a pro-black, and we all know what he went to jail for. But there are evidence of men changing their life for the better. Let's look at Malcolm X. He was once a petty thug and drug dealer, and then he became one of the great.
You know, I really enjoy Malcolm X a lot of different ways. Pause. But just as far as a leader and what he was talking about and getting us into another dimension for our minds and so forth like that, he's really just an icon in that matter. So like remembering that he was a petty thief to get into where he's at now makes it even more of a standout to me, just saying.
This man of God in the 60s being the spokesperson for the Nation of Islam. Now, most guys that I talk to believe that men have this ability only. And when it comes to women, if you tell anybody that a woman that used to be promiscuous can change, what are you going to hear? Man.
Nah, she can't do that. Nah, she once for the street, always for the streets. Nah, bro, you know, she used to go back in the day with, that's what you gonna hear. And you know, it's just how that simple truth is. I'm already knowing. I heard a couple boys back in the day who was like, nah, bro, don't do that. Blah, blah, blah. But let's see, because I'm just telling y'all now, if everybody can change. It's not just us. Everybody can change. So let's see what they say.
What's wrong with you, player? You can't change into a housewife, you know?
What I say.
Right, you know.
But you can never tell me that wasn't going to be the case for Brittany Renner. Brittany Renner seemed like she was changing her life, doing a whole 180.
First of all, Allahu Akbar. When I originally joined Instagram July of 2012, I joined for two reasons: validation and male attention. And now that I no longer need either of those things, I am developing a new relationship with just social media.
I'm not gonna lie, when she came out as Muslim, I was like kind of floored, just a tad bit, because I was like, dang, this is where she came from, this is where she's going. Does she do you know what you're walking into and everything like that? And that's kind of what I was thinking to myself. But that is not my, it's just not my thing to go ahead and judge her for. But I do know that it's happy for her at least. But we'll see what happens here, because it didn't look like it lasted that long
itself. So my posting has been a bit inconsistent. I've been Muslim for 5 months and I love it here. Haven't had a drink in 6 months. Haven't had sex in 8 months.
Boy, you don't sit your stupid ass down.
Yeah, I was about to say.
And this clip was evidence of her transformation. At least I thought. But we all know Brittany Renner got involved with Kevin Gates, then got divorced, and then somehow started going back to her regular ways. You see, in this photo here, this is what Brittany Renner looks like right after breaking up with Kevin Gates. It was very Muslim still. All right. Then we saw this.
Went from Muslim, real quick. Afro dope though, crazy work. I ain't gonna lie. To get your hair that curly, crazy work. But didn't last long. Divorce happened. I shout out Gates. He was doing his thing, I suppose. But that being said, man, that is crazy. Didn't last long.
Which was very modest. In just a few days, we saw this. Yeah, basically she reverted back.
Oh man, it went from Muslim to modest to, I don't even want to say nothing. I'm gonna leave it at that. We'll just shout out to her, and hopefully the journey continues. Let's
To
see.
full Clapathon tech material within 2 months.
Got him!
And that's not all. I'm not the biggest fan of reality shows, but obviously some people
Now, here
are.
comes the drama.
And if you guys don't know, when it comes to Chantel and Jackie Christie, they typically gang up on this estranged daughter by the name of Takari Lee. And if you guys don't know, Brittany Renner is like really cool with Chantel Christie. So, and that doesn't mean anything, right? But the problem is Brittany Renner is somehow interjecting herself into this family beef in which she shouldn't get involved. Like, if I were to see my friend arguing with their parents online, I would just shut up. But
yeah, I'm gonna say, like, if you ever were, I mean, if you grew up in the 90s, you saw this. If you went to your friend's house and your friend was arguing with your parents, you probably found your way up out that house. You didn't stick around, you didn't interject, you didn't say nothing. You just went ahead and you were like, damn. Well, you invited me over here, and now you out here arguing and cussing with your mom. Now she about to whoop you behind. I ain't gonna lie to you. So I'm about to get up out of here before I catch a stray. I'm not catching a stray for you, my boy. I'm just saying, we bros. You gonna call me later? We can go hoop. Let's leave it at that. But now you got me in a situation. So it's crazy to see that she interjecting herself in between the family drama. Just saying.
I would never get involved on Instagram. But that's not what Brittany Renner is doing. She put this on Instagram. Chantel Christie, how soon they forget you wrote a whole book detailing the way allegedly treated by Takari Lee. By the way, I actually read it. It felt very rushed and overall like a long text message. You probably wanted to send her directly. Now, I won't read the rest of that, but at the end,
I'm not gonna lie, for her to say that overall it sounded like a long text message you probably wanted to send her directly is crazy. Because y'all all know you got that text message that is like 4 or 5 scrolls just to get to the end of it. And you're like, damn, do I want to read it or do I skim it? And that's kind of the situation she's saying right now. But do you care about the truth, or do you want to be the one to tell it? She isn't going to love you any differently. Get you on the show, or take a sudden interest in you, your life, or your children. So you gain what exactly? Terrible ass sister. Damn. Shots fired.
and it says, terrible ass.
I just damn. I had to stop right there because damn. All right.
Sister. Now again, Brittany Renner is still supposed to be a Muslim. Like, yeah, we understand that you're no longer wearing the hijab, but you were still saying you still love Allah. So
Yeah.
we're not expecting you to be like this after 2 months, because just 2 months ago, you were wearing the Muslim garb and you were being a well-behaved woman. Now you're out there doing something different. And this pissed fans off.
And I bet she got fed up as I am just looking at those comments that Brittany Renner is making towards Takari. And I just find it so crazy how she just, all of a sudden, your religion, you ain't worried about that. Where's the hijab, babe? It disappeared. I mean, you don't want nobody to comment on that, but you can sit up here and comment and worry about all of Jackie's business.
Now, see, this is a lady that is also pissed off at the whole situation too. She's a fan of the whole LA Housewives drama, but she doesn't think that Brittany Renner should be involved in it because it's simply not her business. And how could Sean?
I mean, that's exactly what I'm saying. I mean, why are you involving yourself in a situation you ain't got nothing to do with? We gotta stop jumping into situations, because let's just be honest. The sad truth is that a lot of us find ourselves in situations that we shouldn't be in because we interject ourselves into those situations. A lot of times we ain't even gotta be in the situation. We could just observe it, and instead we take the extra step and comment on it. And now, instead of you being an observant of the situation, you are now a part of it, an active participant, when you should be a bystander. And that's the situation you're seeing right now.
Until Christie allowed Brittany Renner to disrespect her blood sister simply because you don't like her.
Damn
person wasn't the only individual to get upset with Brittany Renner. There is another individual. Masika Kalisha. Now, Masika Kalisha was involved with Fetty Wap, and she was a young lady who faked her own.
I was about to say, she looked completely different. She don't even look the same that she did when she was with Fetty. Shout out Fetty. You know, we still, you know, fuck with the banger back in the day. Hey, what's up, Solo? You know, that joint was a banger, but yeah, she don't look the same. That's crazy.
Kidnapping, and then said that it wasn't a fake kidnapping. Yeah, that's kind of how it is, right? And we all know that Fetty Wap is a rapper that has one eye. And so Masika Kalisha, who's known for starting drama online all the time, decided to throw herself in the mix. And she said this: since we're on the topic, the way Britney played with them people's religion to become that man's other wife is crazy. He took off and she took off them people's clothes.
You already know I gotta play that joint because wow, that's tough. Come on now.
Yeah, and we've already talked about that transition from Muslim to modest to clapping it up. Muslim to modest to clapping it up. Ooh, that's like a rap mixtape. Muslim to modest to clapping it up. Muslim to modest to clapping it up. I mean, sign them to Clapathon Tech Records. Biatch!
That's gonna be the latest hit right there. Go ahead.
But of course, Brittany Renner wasn't having that. Now, instead of just being a nice Muslim lady, Brittany was like, no, I can't let that slide. She said this. Sis, baby mama number 3, who faked a kidnapping to promote their irrelevant OnlyFans. Since we're on topic, religion is not exclusive. I never signed up to be one of several. People are allowed to change their minds, and plenty of relationships are meant to be, but not meant to last. Bye, 40 and fried.
I just gotta say this right now because the part that, I mean, religion is not exclusive. You're right. But at the same time, the flipping flopping was so fast that, you know, everybody got questions and they trying to figure out, like, you was wax on, wax off, mine was good, and you was dressed up and everything like that. But now it's, people, I guess, is, I don't even want to say it. Y'all lead up to that. Y'all know the pun.
Masika claps back. Here you go, dumpster diving through the same old tire lines. Nah, Lucifer, I never faked ish like you. I was filming a TV show about ex-trafficking where my character was beaten, kidnapped. It's crazy because I was defending your disgraceful SSA, whatever the hell that means, when people knew you was faking religion for the D. Who the clapping sounds? Masika goes, girl, go to hell. Oh wait, everybody's speaking the same truth about you, but you mad at me? LOL, bringing up irrelevant deflections don't change the fact that you played with God for D. Next thing, you're going to be Buddhist for backshots? What?
Hey, yo, I wasn't ready for that. I didn't even read it. I am floored, yo. Damn. Buddhist for backshots. Christian Dior. Girl, shut the fuck up and go pray. Why'd she do her like that, y'all? That's crazy.
Who this for her backshots? Like Christian for Christian Dior? Girl, that's the F up and go pray.
Hell no. To the no.
Brittany claps back. You must have time today since nobody paid $4.99 to unlock your exclusive video of you losing your dildo and your gaping hole on your OnlyFans. I haven't seen or heard about you in so long that I actually thought you really got kidnapped.
Damn.
You got your nerve chiming in live at 5 from your living room. You drowsy-eyed, dog-faced dimback. Damn. You and everyone else who wants my pee.
What even is that? Drowsy-eyed, dog-faced dingbat. You just wanted to go ahead and do with an iteration, bro. You just wanted to go ahead and hit me with 4. Sorry, I'm gonna go ahead and stop. Y'all know what I was gonna say.
And don't know how to ask for it. Stay worried about what I do with it. Yet you couldn't convince a Negro with one effing eye to see your value. Oh my God. Did she just say you couldn't even convince a dude with one eye to see your value? Are the
Yeah, I was gonna say that Kawhi laugh is all I'm thinking.
Oh my God, what a roast. It continues. Shout out to your couch for keeping you booked and busy. In another B business, you better bum. Lifestyle of the bored and brainless, I suppose. Damn, these are pretty good. Lastly, enjoy the Basketball Wives season finale next week, you withering wench, and take your misplaced frustration up with Mona for cutting them LHH checks off. Geriatric gnarl finger giddy for a reply ass nat. Damn. Now back to being utterly forgettable. You go, flunky. These are some pretty interesting roasts.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this right now. This sounds like somebody who is literally, you know what I'm saying? Like you ever been in an argument with somebody and they're literally just trying to say any and every word to go ahead and get on your skin? This is literally that. Like drowsy eye, dog face, dingbat, you gentry action, gnarled fingered, giddy for reply ass nat. Like what? You hit me with 1, 2, 3, 4 different G's and one different, and in just one diss. So I know for a fact, for you, that was going to be like the end all to be all. That was your trump card. And that's what this feels like. When you're in an argument with somebody and they hit you with this over and over again, they just spouting out stuff. You know for a fact you probably won that joint. But now we ain't gonna say you won. You know, an argument is usually a disagreement that you can come to a compromise on if you in a relationship. But this right here, when it's two just strangers going back and forth, a winner is a winner. And right now, this don't look like a winner energy. Just gotta say that, because why?
But I gotta honestly say that I'm concerned. Not because people can get upset or not, but literally Brittany Renner is just proving her point. Not that you just got into Islam for the D. It's like you got into Islam and you didn't learn anything. If you were really in Islam and you were concerned for the faith, you wouldn't be on Instagram getting involved in Chantel Christie's beef. You would be more concerned with things that brought you, some level of happiness. But because you don't have Kevin Gates in your life anymore, basically you're just telling the world that without a man, I can't help but self-destruct myself. But if you were really with Allah and you're really with the faith, this wouldn't bother you. You would be worried about something else, and if anything, you would keep your comments to yourself. But you're not. And so you never really healed, although you were going around lying and saying that you were. And this is the problem that a lot of people have with religion. They use religion as a temporary means of escaping, and it never works because they never really realize that they are the problem and that they need to get some help. And typically that help is not always in religion. You kind of have to understand that you have to do a whole self-evaluation of what's going on. And clearly Brittany Renner never did that. And that's why.
Yeah, man. I just got to say that now I know he's about to get into a yapathon, but truly it's that. Like, it's coming down to, like, how can you look at yourself in the mirror and say, do I love myself? And how are you wanting to go ahead and feel good about yourself? How do you lay your head down in the bed at the night? Because truly in this situation where she went from just going from Muslim to being modest and now she's back to her old ways, it kind of makes it just seem like, yeah, just as like everybody's saying, like she went for, the Buddhist for back shots, and that's kind of what it is. Like that's kind of wild to me and unfortunate to see, because I know it seemed like she was trying to get her whole life back together, carve her a new lane. But let me know what y'all think. Let me know in the comments. Please go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe, because it helps me out with the algorithm and keeps me going around crazy too as well. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.